Oh, that's beautiful. How pretty. Oh, hi. Twiggle, our friends are here. Maybe we could talk to them for a second, okay? Hi, guys. I'm Miss Heather, and this is Twiggle, and welcome to WQLN Homeroom. I am so glad to see you guys today. Guess what? It's super duper rainy here today. So we got out some markers, some paper, and we were drawing, and I got out our cozy blanket and made some hot chocolate, got a good book, and we decided that we were just gonna have a cozy day since it's raining outside. I kind of like doing that sometimes, don't you? Me too. I am going to talk to you today about rain. We have so much to learn about rain today that I am really excited to get started. Are you ready to get started? Okay, can I put you down? Okay, let's get started. Let's get this started. I'm gonna let you actually lay on my blanket. Isn't that cozy? We have a lot of rainy days in the springtime where we live. So it's important that we learn about rain and why it is important. So I wanted to show you, why is rain important to all of us? Let's learn. You ready? This is a rain cloud. It's actually called a nimbus cloud. A cloud that has rain in it is called a nimbus cloud. And water grows and forms into droplets, and it gets so heavy in that cloud that they fall down. And that's what rain is. If it's cold outside, super duper cold, it's not rain, it's snow. But today we're going to talk about rain. So that's what a rain cloud is. It's called a nimbus cloud. Now, rain is so important to our planet Earth. It fills up our ponds, and it's fun to play in. I love to play in the rain when it's warm outside. And it waters our flowers, right? We need the rain for our plants and our flowers to grow. And it waters the grass. Rain is very important. But we need rain to fill our ponds so that our fish and all the creatures that live in our ponds can stay alive. So there's our pond. You need the rain to fill it up, right? And here's a beautiful stream. I have a beautiful stream by my house, and when it doesn't rain very much, it dries up and there's not very much water in there. So you need that rain to keep the water going for the fish in the stream. It also fills up our rivers. There's a river in the town that I live in, and there's a lot of people that go canoeing and kayaking on there, and there's good fishing in there. You need the rain, right? And there's lakes, beautiful lakes. There's a lake in Erie that we all live near. And you need the rain to keep the water in the lakes for all of the fish and the ducks that live on it and the geese. So what I wanted to show you was rain helps to keep our oceans full of water. If you've ever been to an ocean before, there's so much water, and you need the rain to keep the water in the ocean and to keep the fish and the sea coral and the sharks and all those wonderful creatures that are in the ocean need the rainwater to keep that water in the ocean. It's so important. Rain is so important. Now we need to think about some things that we use water for. Now remember, water comes from rain. So there are so many things that we use water for that we depend on from the rain. So let's look and see. There's swimming pools. We need water for swimming pools. We need water for our hoses, right? We need water to play in the sprinklers. It's so fun. But you still need the rain for all of these water supplies to be, so that we have them. We need the rain. Let's look at what else we have. We need water for our bathtubs, right? To fill up our baths. We need water for our showers. 2 more things that we need that rain so that we can get our water supply. We also we need water to brush our teeth, right? You need some water for toothbrushing. You need water for washing our hands, which we've been doing a lot of hand washing lately, haven't we? More reasons for rain. We wash our dishes in the sink. That's another reason why we need water, right? Dishwashers, that still uses water. You still need that water, and sometimes you use soap too, but you need water to wash our dishes. Let's see what else. The washing machine. To get your clothes clean, you need a washing machine, don't you? You do, and the washing machine needs water. Let's see what else. A potty, a toilet. When you flush it, the water is what takes it away, right? We need water for our toilets. Rain is so important. That's how we get all of our water. Let's see what else. We drink a lot of water, don't we? Water is very important for people. We need water in our bodies to be healthy. And our pets need water to drink. They need water to stay alive too, right? So water is important to our pets. Let's see what else. Gosh, we need water for watering our gardens. That's how we get food from our gardens. Vegetables, wonderful, wonderful fruit and vegetables. They need water to grow. So water is important for that. Another thing is watering our flowers. The rain will water them, but you know what? Sometimes it doesn't rain enough, and I have to fill my watering can up and water my flowers and get them some water so that they don't die. Water is so important. Now I want to talk about ways that maybe we could help our planet and to save water so that we're not using so much, because we do use a lot of water, right? So I was thinking maybe we could turn off the water while we're scrubbing our hands with soap. You don't have to keep the water on the whole time while you're scrubbing. Maybe you could turn it off, scrub your hands, and do it again. You know what? I want to do an experiment later to see if that really saves us water, if we turn the water off. We'll try that later. Another thing is turn off the water while we're brushing our teeth. So get your toothbrush wet, put the toothpaste on it, turn the water off, brush your teeth, then turn the water back on. We could save some water if we do that. That'd be a great idea, wouldn't it? Let's see what else. Did you know if you take a shower, that uses much less water than a tub? When you fill a bathtub up, it uses a lot of water. If you can take a shower sometimes, that's a good idea because you're helping to save the planet some water by taking a shower. And if you don't finish your glass of water, sometimes when I get a glass of water and I don't finish it, I can't finish it all, sometimes I'll water my plants with the rest. Or you could give your dog or your cat or your pet a little bit of the water in their bowl, what you have left. That's a good idea. It's a way of saving water and using it. Look at this. This is something I want to do. I think it's amazing. When it's raining outside, you can save the water in this. Look at, they have this garbage can that they have hooked up to a pipe so that when the water's coming off their roof, when it's raining, it collects it in there, and then they use that water to water their flowers, water their grass, water their gardens. They're saving the rainwater. I think that's such a good idea. And did you know even kids can do it? You can take a pop bottle, turn it up. You have to have a grown-up help you. You can cut it off the top off and turn it upside down, and it turns into a little resin that you can keep water in, and you can see how much it rained. You can measure it, and then when you're done, you can use it to water a plant or something. So you can save water too, which I think is so incredible. I think it's amazing. So that's what I think is so incredible about rain, because rain helps us to get the water that we need for all those important things in our life. Showering and washing our hands and brushing our teeth, and washing our clothes, and all those things. Watering our gardens. We need rain to do all of those things. It's pretty incredible. I want to do that experiment with you. I want to see if we turn the water off while we're scrubbing our hands, if it really saves water. Come with me, let's go give it a try. We've been talking today about ways that we can save our water, and I thought it would be cool if we did an experiment to see if it's really true about hand washing and turning off the water. Let's give it a try. You know what I'm gonna do first? I'm gonna wash my hands, but I'm not gonna turn the water off, okay? I'm just gonna leave it on the whole time while I'm washing. So here we go. Let me get my hands wet. I'm gonna wash them like I always do. Gotta get it on the tops. We've been washing our hands so much lately, haven't we? And we've been using a lot of water. So let's see. After I rinse it off, make sure all the soap's off. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off. We always have to use a paper towel, right? Okay. And we're gonna check it out and see how much water I used. Okay? I left the water on, and look at how much water we used. Okay? Now we're gonna do a different bowl, but this time when I wash my hands and I'm scrubbing, I'm gonna turn the water off. Let's see if it works. Okay, I'm gonna get my hands wet first, turn it off, get my soap, scrub the same way like I always do, but the water is off, okay? But I'm still scrubbing because my hands were wet first. Now I'm gonna turn it back on just to rinse the soap off, okay? There we go. Gotta rinse off the tops again. Okay, shut the water off. I'm gonna dry my hands off. Do you think it's gonna look any different than the other bowl when I left the water on? Let's see. Here is the bowl. Wow, that did not use very much water when I turned the water off and scrubbed my hands. Now remember, this is what it looked like when I left the water on. Look how much more water we use. So one way that we can save our water is just when we are washing our hands, turn that water off when we're scrubbing, turn it back on to rinse it, and turn it back off again. That's pretty cool. That's a way of saving our water. Today, we are going to do something pretty cool for a home art project. And if you want to look on WQLN PBS home learning page, it will show you everything that you need to make it. But remember, I always tell you guys, if you're an artist, which every single one of you are, if you don't have some of the things that I have, it's okay. You can do it other ways too. That's what's so wonderful about being an artist. But today, we are going to make a cloud painting, and it's going to have rain in it. So this is the things that you need. I have some cups that I'm going to put watercolors in. If you don't have watercolors, you can use any kind of paint and just water it down a little bit with some water, or you can use food coloring, whatever. But I'm using washable watercolors. Any color you want. I chose blue and green and yellow. We have some cotton balls. That's what we're going to use for our clouds. Some glue. I actually have some water because I'm going to water down my paint a little bit. I'll show you. And then I actually have some little water droppers, some eyedroppers. If you don't have those, it does not matter. You can just actually use just a little cup or some paint brushes. It doesn't matter. But I happen to have some eyedroppers, so we're going to use that. And of course, I always have some baby wipes in case I make a mess, because I always seem to make a mess. So this is what we're going to do. Before we get started on any of the painting, I'm going to put some glue on the top of my white piece of paper, okay? If you don't have white paper, you can use whatever you want. But I'm going to put some glue on here. Sometimes this sticks, so I'm just going to take the lid off. And I'm going to put some glue on the top of my paper, okay? Then I'm going to pull these cotton balls apart and put them right on the glue so that they are going to look like clouds. Now remember what the name of the cloud was that has rain in it? It was called a nimbus cloud. So I'm going to pretend like mine is a nimbus cloud. And see how I'm just stretching the cotton and opening it up to make it look kind of puffy, like a pretty cloud? That's what I'm going to do, okay? And I think I'm actually going to do 2 rows. So I'm going to add a little bit more right there on top of the glue, okay? See how Miss Heather is just pulling these apart? This is so fun. I love doing art projects. In my class, we try to do art every day because it's just so fun. Okay, so here's what I have. And it's not dry yet, but these are my clouds. Pretty cool, huh? We're gonna pretend like those are clouds. Now, I'm gonna let that sit and dry for a minute. I have 3 plastic cups. If you don't have plastic cups, you can use anything that a grown-up will let you use, okay? I'm going to put in some blue watercolors. It's a kind of paint. A watercolor, this paint is a liquid, okay? Blue, and I'm gonna, this says yellow. It looks kind of orange, but I think it's gonna be yellow on our paper. I'm gonna pour some in there. And then the last color I'm gonna use is green. But you can use any color you want. Use your favorite colors. Now, I'm gonna add a little bit of water to them, okay? Just so it'll go a little bit farther, and then you won't have to use so much, okay? And guess what else I'm gonna do? I'm going to put a little drops of water on my cloud, on my cotton. I'm gonna get it a little bit wet, kind of like a rain cloud, okay? But I'm gonna leave it flat for right now, and then I'll show you. Then I'm gonna use a dropper. If you don't have a dropper, you can use just the little cup and put it in. You can use a paintbrush, you can use whatever you want. But I have some blue paint in here, and I am just going to start filling up my cotton with the colors of paint, okay? I'm just putting them on the bottom, just like a nimbus cloud. It just starts to, remember, the droplets form, and it gets so heavy that it rains. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna put in some yellow now. I am just filling up those cotton balls with this beautiful paint, okay? We'll see if we need some more. We'll do this first. So Miss Heather's putting them on there. And the last color I have here is, I think this is green. I'm gonna drip them right on here. And I'm gonna fill them up. Now this is the cool part. Are you ready? Let's see if it works. Might have to add more, but we'll see. This is an experiment too. Miss Heather is going to lift this up and let it drip down out of the clouds. I also put a paper towel under here just to grab some of the paint in case it falls, but watch this. We are going to lift this up and see, I think it needs more. See if it will drip down off the clouds. Isn't that super cool? It looks like rain is falling out of the clouds. So there's the blue. Let's get some green. I think I just needed a little bit more. Isn't that beautiful? It looks like we're having our very own rainstorm with beautiful colored paint. Isn't that pretty? And then I'll put in the yellow. It looks like it's raining on my paper, right out of the nimbus clouds. Isn't that beautiful? Look how pretty that turned out. You can use any color that you want, and we made a nimbus cloud art. I think it's pretty cool, and I hope that you get a chance to make it too. Hi guys, I am ready on this very rainy day to get my cozy blanket and my best friend Twiggle, and we are going to read a book, and it's called The Itsy Bitsy Spider. So Twiggle, if I put you on my blanket, would you listen? Because we all want to hear the story. Okay, here you go. Here you go. I'll put you right here and you can listen, okay? Are you guys ready? The Itsy Bitsy Spider. And the author and the illustrator, that means the person that wrote the words and drew the pictures, is Itsy Trapani. The Itsy Bitsy Spider. Are you ready? This is a really good book. The Itsy Bitsy Spider climbed up the water spout. You might know this. Sometimes this is a song too. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Look at the rain. Look at, here he comes right out of the spout. It's raining very hard. Remember today we talked about if you had something to collect all that rainwater, they could water their plants with those later. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the Itsy Bitsy Spider climbed up the spout again. The Itsy Bitsy Spider climbed up the kitchen wall. Went up the wall. Swoosh went the fan and made the spider fall. It's right there. It got too windy. He fell right over. That fan was very windy. Off went the fan, no longer did it blow. So the Itsy Bitsy Spider back up the wall did go. The Itsy Bitsy Spider climbed up the yellow pail. See him? Climbed up the yellow pail. In came a mouse and flicked her with his tail. See him? Down fell the spider. The mouse ran out the door. Then the Itsy Bitsy Spider climbed up the pail once more. My goodness, he's not having a very good day, is he? The Itsy Bitsy Spider climbed up the rocking chair. Where is he? There he is. He's right there. Climbing up the rocking chair. Looks like it's outside on the porch. Up jumped a cat and knocked her in the air. Oh no. Look at, there's the spider. That cat knocked her right down. Down plopped the cat, and when he was asleep, the Itsy Bitsy Spider back up the chair did creep. He did. He went back up there. The Itsy Bitsy Spider climbed up the maple tree. What's he gonna do up there? She slipped on some dew. Do you know what dew is? Dew is little water droplets that sometimes comes in the morning, and landed next to me. Out came the sun, and when the tree was dry, the Itsy Bitsy Spider gave it one more try. It's right there, sleeping on a little leaf. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up without a stop. Where's it going now? Still climbing up that tree, right by the bird's nest. Look at all the creatures looking at him. The squirrels and the woodpecker, the bluebird are all keeping their eye on her. She spun a silky web right at the very top. And she wove and she spun, and when her web was done, look, at she's building a beautiful, beautiful spider web. The itsy bitsy spider rested in the sun. So the beginning of the book, it was raining and raining and raining, and at the end of the book, she made a cozy little spider web and laid in the sun. The end. The itsy bitsy spider. I love that. You know what I was just thinking, Twiggle? I think since we're talking about rain today and how important the rain is and what things we need the rain for and how we can save the rainwater, it's that we had so many important things to talk about today, didn't we? We did. And I loved how we also talked about the art project and how we made our own nimbus cloud. We talked about the nimbus cloud. That's the special name for the cloud that holds the rain. And I thought it was really cool that we made our own art project, put paint on it, and showed the nimbus cloud how it rains, but it rained those beautiful colors. I loved that. That was so cool. And I loved that we got to spend time with you today and to read the itsy bitsy spider. That is always one of our favorites. What is that? What, honey? Twiggle would like to end with singing the itsy bitsy spider. We can do that, okay? All right, let's do it. If you know it, I want you to sing it with me, okay? The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. So the itsy bitsy spider crawled up the spout again. Good job! That was so good! I had so much fun with you today, and I hope that you felt a little bit like part of our school family. That's what I always love when my kids are at school in my class. We are a school family, and I hope you felt like part of that today. And you know what else I hope? I hope that you keep reading, and you keep learning, and you keep watching WQLN PBS, where learning comes to life. Until we see you again next time, bye.